Greetings, everyone. Do you realize that Vladimir Putin is helping to fulfill Bible prophecy? Now, I didn't say that he is mentioned in Bible prophecy, but what he is doing in the Ukraine is helping to bring about conditions that we expect in Bible prophecy. Let me go back just a little bit. We know from the book of Revelation as well as the book of Daniel that there's an end-time power coming up, something that is called the beast, and that is going to be in the heart of Europe. And yet when we've looked at Europe in recent years, we've not seen anything that would be described as a beast power. We have the European Union and quite a number of nations that are involved in that, and yet the Bible clearly shows that there are 10 kings or nations or groups of nations. We're not exactly sure what it means when it says 10 kings, but there are 10 kings that will give their power over to a single individual, or what is called the beast, and bring about a dramatic change in geopolitics. We know that that beast power is going to fight against Christ at his return. We also know that that beast power is going to be ridden by a woman, a great false church. And all this is going to take place in the heart of Europe. And so how is Vladimir Putin helping to fulfill Bible prophecy? Without realizing it, and again, without being mentioned by name, by attacking the Ukraine, he is bringing about a dramatic shift in Europe. We have known for years that Germany would eventually rearm, but how would that take place? Well, we're seeing it in spades right now. Let me read a little bit from an article that will help to bring it about, the understanding of what's happening. This is from a BBC report. It says, Germany has just witnessed a truly historic day. Chancellor Olaf Scholz only came to power in December, but within 24 hours, he has transformed modern Germany's foreign policy. During an emergency parliamentary session on Ukraine on Sunday, Chancellor Scholz announced an additional 113 billion euros for the German army. There was an audible ripple of shock in Parliament. Some MPs clapped, some booed, others looked stunned. Undeterred, Mr. Scholz went on to announce drastic measures that would have been unthinkable a week ago, including a constitutional commitment to NATO's military spending target of 2% of GDP. And he confirmed that Germany would be sending weapons directly to Ukraine. Within a few days, Vladimir Putin has managed to do what NATO allies have spent years trying to achieve: a massive increase of military spending in Germany. This is arguably one of the biggest shifts ever seen in Germany's post-war foreign policy. This is dramatic, dear friends. What we're seeing happening right now is something that had to happen in order for Bible prophecy to be fulfilled. And make no mistake, it will be fulfilled. This is something that we here at Tomorrow's World have expected for decades, but had no idea how it would come about. And yet we're seeing it take place right now, right on the heels of a COVID epidemic, which has dramatically changed the world. We're seeing big events taking place as they hurtle toward the end of this age. The late Charles Krauthammer made an astute observation. I don't have the exact words, but I heard it when he was on the Five, Fox News' Five, in the context of the Trump administration at that time, encouraging, maybe even you could say bullying, the Germans and others to increase their defense spending, in the context of what one of the administration officials said to the Europeans: why should we, America, care more for your children than you do? But Mr. Trump was just one of several presidents who have encouraged Germany to rearm. And yet Mr. Krauthammer made a statement that I found to be quite stunning as though he'd almost been listening to what we have said for decades. And that is, he said that it sounds good on the surface for Germany to rearm. But he said NATO was started for two reasons: to keep Russia out and Germany down. And he said the last two times that Germany became a military power, it did not work out very well for the world and for the West. I thought that was rather dramatic, rather interesting, a very astute observation. And that, my dear friends, is where this world is heading. It is heading to a rearmed Germany, not a Germany that has in its mind that it's going to become this beast power, but God is going to use that power to punish other nations for their sins. There's a lot more that could be said about this subject, but I'll leave it with advertising a booklet that we have here at Tomorrow's World. It's called The Beast of Revelation: Myth, Metaphor, or Soon Coming Reality. This explains what is going to happen here in the next few years. We're going to see this beast power eventually rise up. We can't say exactly when, but the rearming of Germany has to take place in order for Bible prophecy to be fulfilled. And we're seeing that happening right now. And Mr. Putin has done what no American president has been able to do up to this time. This is Gerald Weston for Tomorrow's World, the beginning of March 2022. Have a wonderful day.